Good afternoon.
Welcome to episode 14. I am Greg.
And I'm Joe.
And we are
the All-Seeing Guys.
Yeah, back of the net.
Indeed.
This is episode number
14.
14.
Lucky 14.
We're slowly approaching legal consent.
We're going to have sex with our
With our iPods. That's
our iPod?
interesting. Is that going to be in your corner of fear? iPod
Maybe.
docking?
I mean, iPod docking. Ooh. Oh my god.
It's got to be.
That's had to be, yeah. I'll Google it whilst we're doing the show.
Thanks for coming back and listening. I hope you enjoyed the last episode. We had a lot of catching up to do last episode. So,
Yeah.
We had quite a big start, listing all the podcasts that have shown us some love of late.
Our little escapades abroad.
I only have a couple because we got most of them out last week. But another shout to Caution Wet Floors. This is thanks to This Shite Podcast.
Is that the cleaning signs?
No, yeah. Yeah, it is, yeah. You can find them on YouTube.
I thought you meant you were actually just giving a shout out to Wet Floor sites.
CWF, Caution Wet Floors. That's their name. It's a really funny podcast. Skippy and the gang.
Nice.
They've all liked our page now and sent their
thank you for your support.
Appreciation. I first heard of them on This Shite Podcast. I'd seen them around on SoundCloud and stuff.
Yeah.
Not on SoundCloud, I think on YouTube. They mentioned them, gave them a little review, liked it. I went and listened to it. They had a really good Would You Rather they discussed on the last Shite podcast. So would you rather like 4-inch nipples, or I think it was a tiny dick, I can't remember. It was fucking. They always start with a Would You Rather at the
4-inch
beginning.
nipples, easily.
They always start with a Would You Rather at the beginning.
That's good.
Of the episode. So
you'd
enjoy that.
I love Would You Rather.
So they've shown some love as well, so thanks for that. And also, Lab Podcast is four besties from Chicago, putting you in with their Seinfeld-esque conversations. Boom, boom. One of the hosts, Nora, she likes our page and comments quite regularly, actually, on our page.
Yes, thank you very much for your input on our page.
She was happy to read one of my dreams recently.
I want to give a shout out as well to Joe McDonald. He's a friend of mine. I know through Matt and stuff like that. He always puts up some funny stuff on our page.
Tweets as well.
Yeah, exactly. He's so thank you for your input, Joe. Cheers for checking us out and having a listen. Much appreciated, my man.
Before we dive in, I'm going to play an advert from Lab Podcast they put together. If any other podcasts have adverts, let us know. We'll play them. Or if they're on your SoundCloud, I'll download them and play them.
Or if anyone out there, wants to sponsor us for no apparent reason, just or because we'll just start making up stuff.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. This week's podcast is sponsored
by iTunes.
Air. Keeps you breathing.
The band. Air.
No, yeah. So, before we move forward, this is Lab Podcast.
Who are these local ass bitches? They are local.
In an Italian neighborhood in Chicago.
Ass. Everybody's butt is hungry. Bitches.
Pretentious fucks like him in the society he represents.
Check out the Local Ass Bitch podcast today at labpodcast.com.
Check them out. Their website's actually really cool. We need to get on that.
That's great. Yeah, the snippets there are brilliant.
Their website's actually really cool. We need to start doing some shit like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, we're going to go straight in with Gaze Dropping.
Easy.
I like biscuits. So just
Gaze Dropping. Having a listen.
she got her ass out. Couldn't see what I was looking at.
No,
Just
I'm
heard
assuming an arse.
Yeah, but I couldn't see an ass out anywhere.
No?
I had a good one the other day. A guy ran past me with like both hands full of, like, I don't know, I think he was like a plumber or some sort of engineer. He had like tall boxes.
Yeah.
And he ran past me and he like quickly jumped in like a doorway of Bentals, put his stuff down. I don't know, he looked like he was fiddling with his dick. And I just heard him go, fucking belt!
Fucking belt!
And the last one I have was, I was waiting to cross the road by Wilkinson's.
Yeah.
And this guy came up to me and went, mate, is there a Sports Direct here? And I went, yeah. Before him telling him, I went, yeah. So before him finishing where it was, he went, thanks. And he just turned and ran into fucking traffic. like
the idea of there being a Sports Direct made him want to kill himself. There is? Oh, shit.
Didn't even stop and wait for the red light. Just fucking ran. Beep.
In the wrong direction.
And then he got across the road and then just pegged it down the road. but really calmly asked me, mate, is there a sports direct here? Yeah, mate, just go down there. What are you doing? Just runs into fucking traffic.
If you just go down, where are you going?
I really need to get to sports direct now.
I love the fact that he probably ran in the wrong direction.
No, he ran in the right direction, but he ran like through the... I was by Wilkinson, so he ran through
so you're
towards
like outside
Pizza
it.
Hut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought you were like on the other side of the road, like you're walking towards the Cox.
Well, I was just so... No, I was coming back from the Cox.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah. In an early afternoon.
Fuck it. It's the best time to be in there. I said this the other day, man. My favourite times to be in there is Monday night when it's comedy night and every fucker's out the back, or at like 4 in the afternoon when no one's in there.
It's crazy. People say you talk about that place too much. It's because everything happens there.
Yeah.
It's
like it's my second home.
I haven't seen what happened. Well, I mentioned last week that Labs podcast I'm going to be on. I talk about the Fighting Cocks at the Ends.
Is that why you're on there for an hour?
He's like, tell me about this pub, because I kept mentioning people on the pub.
Yeah.
And he was just like, tell me about this pub. And I told him, he was like, God, it sounds like Cheers. It's like, it is like Cheers.
Yeah.
Like,
it really is.
And he was like, man, I've been
if you go there more than once.
And he was like, I've been looking for this pub. But he's like, over here where I am, it's either tourist pubs or they're too sporty. He's like, there's no in between. Like,
I'll tell you what, man. There's again, just go back to when I was in New York and stuff. There is a lot of sports bars, but in general, like where we were staying and stuff like that, there was a lot of dive bars, which were great because there was fucking pinball machines galore, which I love. Pool tables, glory holes.
Brilliant.
There was so there was pinball, there was pool tables, there was a jukebox, and all the toilets were just literally sprayed with graffiti, and it was just fucking awesome.
Like a Demolition Man just sprayed.
Yeah. But but then like you go like further up into Midtown, it's all the sports bars. I'm not even lying. Each one's got like 20 fucking like 40-inch TVs, and they're all showing different sports and shit like that.
Confusing.
Yeah, completely.
Like watching The Matrix.
Yeah, it fucking blew my mind.
Not the film, I understand that, but I mean looking at the screen.
Yeah. Actually, I have a geese dropping actually again back from my New York trip.
Yes, proceed.
This was walking down the street. 3 people walked past us.
Walking down the street.
Here's a lady.
Like a lady.
These 3 people were like walking in the same direction, but so much faster than us. And literally, as they were walking by, I just hear this woman just go, "Can I get naked in this bar?" And it's just like, what? What bar is she going to?
Was she nice? That's a yes then.
Bag of meat.
Oh, that's all right.
A sack of meat.
Yeah. Pound that meat.
Yeah. You wouldn't. I mean, if I really had to make a description, the best I could come up with was you wouldn't want to see her naked.
Oh, really? That's a shame.
Yeah. So that was quite funny.
Man,
but also I'm just.
Was that the plan? Was that the game plan? We're gonna go find a bar and get naked.
Yeah. I basically just walking into every bar and getting naked.
Can I get naked here? No. Okay.
We went in one bar we did go into. Again, it was because we did like a fuckload of walking. Like each day we walked like for like 100 blocks.
Yeah. Nice.
So we were fucking knackered. But every now and again we'd stop for a drink just because it was just like,
of course.
Wow, it's 2 in the afternoon.
Yeah.
We went in this one bar. No one's in there because they're shooting a music video. So literally, me and Karina were sat.
So there were people in there shooting.
Yeah, but they weren't drinking and shit.
Oh, right.
They were just shooting this some like fucking music video. So it was like me and Karina, the girl behind the bar, and the owner of the bar sat at this bar, all just ripping these people to shit. And they were just like, they were coming out and just like, oh, can we like, oh yeah, we need some glasses because she's gonna throw a glass. And it's just like the owner was just like, well, if she breaks it, you're fucking paying for it. Like, but it was like
Did you hear the song? Were they playing?
Yeah,
the song
was awful.
What was it? Like
it was
rock,
just
dance?
No, it wasn't. It was just some sort of like fucking mellow like heartbroken song and shit.
Who was it? A guy, girl?
It was like the story unfolding was between I can't even remember. I think it was a girl singer.
Okay.
But the whole like story was just like it was a guy and a girl in a bar, and I think they're like breaking up. But like that kind of music video where it's kind of something's going on, but you can't hear what's being said.
Oh, okay.
So it's all like there's no like dialogue because it's all muted, but you kind of get the reaction from their acting. Well, we got to witness this, but they were talking. So like we're sitting there and all this shit's happening. Like there's one bit where they're dancing or stuff like that, and all of a sudden the girl
in an empty pub.
Yeah, right. And then all of a sudden this girl just starts going, "How fucking could you? I can't believe you do this. You're a fucking asshole." And it's just like, Jesus Christ. And then like the girl behind the bar is just like, and we're just like ripping them to pieces.
Oh, it'd be amazing if you got to be in the video.
Right? I mean,
What a shame.
Yeah, we were kind of offended that they didn't actually ask us to be in it.
I'm in Dice Folders, and All Seeing Guys.
Hello.
And I'm Dick Disturbance.
Yeah.
And I'm also Joe Jackson.
Don't you know who my multiple personalities are?
Don't you know who I aren't? Don't you know who I isn't? Oh, look who
Don't
it
you
is.
know who I might be? So yeah, just another little trip down my trip to old New York there.
Oh, wow.
And
Did you
yes,
sing
some-
New York when you were there?
No, I'm not an arsehole.
No, of course not. Of course you're
I
not.
tell you what though, I did get my retinas burned out by Times Square.
Oh.
We left the area, and it was like, I mean, it was like 5 PM, so it's getting dark.
Yeah.
But it was just progressively darker once you left. It's worth if you're going to go to Times Square, wear sunglasses.
Yeah, okay.
Because it's fucking bright.
Wow.
It really hurt.
Oh,
was
Matt,
good.
well, now you've learnt your lesson.
I did, yeah. Don't go to
I
Times
did.
Square.
I did. I'll forget next time.
Someone, an actual person that lived in New York that we met in a bar, we'd sort of mentioned to them that we'd been to Times Square. And they were just like, "Oh yeah, no, Times Square's great if you want to get touched by people that you don't know." I was like, "It's a valid observation."
You got down there and started touching.
Yeah, I was around there playing grab ass all day.
Oh, that is New York. Grab ass.
Grab ass. Finger popping each other's ass out.
I think I'm popping each other's assholes. So this week we're going to discuss sport. Mm-hmm. But not the boring bits, but the...
Can we this point? Can we enter the old? What was it? Was it the dun 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 dun?
What, the question of sport theme?
Yeah, or like grandstand or whatever it was.
But the world itself, the less popular sports. But let's start with what we know about sports. Now, I'm not a huge fan nowadays. I follow it, but I don't get to watch all the games. I don't really give a fuck like I used to. I like talking to George from down the Cox about it, though. He's my real football talk buddy, because he's I can really sit down and talk to.
Yeah.
I can talk to him on a good level about the football, whereas other people get too angry and start talking about people I don't know.
And they use the phrase like, "Oh, we fucking done you over the other week."
Yeah. You didn't
Like, what did you
anything.
do? What did you
You
do?
didn't do anything. You didn't do that substitution.
You looked on BBC Sport
Yes.
the results.
Rugby, Olympics, cricket, I really don't give a fuck. At school, I played basketball.
Yeah, I
was
think
big- I loved playing
basketball's probably the
basketball.
only one that I really give
But
a shit
before
about.
basketball, because I didn't take part in any
it curling?
extracurriculum activities,
Yeah.
I was put into the netball team. Me and my friend Phil Double were put into the netball team, and we were the only two guys. And we
Funny
played,
that.
we played one game, and the other team.
And then they realised that you were dudes?
The other team was like, "There's boys on their teams."
That's the secret weapon.
It was luckily only
That's
because
when the PE teacher
they
pulls
only-
out the rule book and he's just like, "Well, there's nothing in here that says that men can't play it."
They only put us in there because basketball was full. It's like I tried to learn guitar.
It's the same- it's the same
and,
thing.
And guitar was full, so they made me try to learn clarinet. And the teacher, they were trying to camp me up at a young age.
I bet they were.
But the clarinet teacher refused to teach me.
clarinet and netball.
He refused to teach me. He actually asked
Why don't you
me.
just try and shove a cock in your face whilst you're getting ready for
he
PE?
actually asked me to leave the class in clarinet. He refused to teach me. I played football at school. I mean, I had to make a tough decision in school.
What, whether to tell everyone you were gay or not, because you played netball and put us in the clarinet.
No. When I was in primary school, I think I must have been year 5 or 6, I didn't really play football at lunch. But all of my friends did.
Yeah.
They were going to play it on the gravel.
It's like the go-to thing, isn't it?
And I used to play with the nerdy kids.
Okay.
And we would play the Alien game.
Oh.
Please
tell.
This was a crossroads in my life.
Okay.
Because the Alien game was... there was like a shed, and we'd run round it.
Yeah.
And someone would be the alien.
Yep.
And the rest of the people would be Marines. But the alien, I remember it was this guy called Chris, and he would run around all arms and legs out and kind of just go...
Was he the spazzy kid at
He was
school?
trying to be the alien from
He was
the
just the Down syndrome
Aliens.
kid at school.
And we'd be running around going bang, 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 and every time he shot you, I got acid on you, no. And this guy, and someone would be like the android, but he'd oh, you got acid on your chest. He'd pretend to cut his skin off and put it on your chest. You're okay now, and I'm like, no, it's not how it happens.
No, I've got special armor on. That means that
doesn't mean do that. There was
I'm
no
impervious to acid
There
attacks.
was no real aim to this game.
Yeah.
Apart from running around chasing him like a little fucking girl.
Basically running around chasing and screaming.
Yeah.
If bystanders saw that, they'd be like, are they playing run away from the paedophile?
Yeah.
He's got my skin! Ah!
Wearing a skin. It got to a point where
They're playing the Ed Gein game.
I was just like, oh man, I'm going into year 6 and then secondary school.
Yeah.
And I remember just all of a sudden feeling really stupid, playing this game.
Yeah.
And looking over at my mates, all my best mates, my best mate at school, Phil, would go play football.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing over there playing football, and I was just like, looking at like, and then looking over and seeing this Chris guy run around this shed going, yeah! And I'm going, no, run away. And I'm pretending to spit acid, going, kss, kss. I'm doing a hand gesture at everyone. And I remember I looked at that and kind of looked back at them playing football and was like, you need to fucking
Yeah.
go play
No,
football. now,
I had a
think.
similar experience like that. I mean, it's a similar sort of game where we were sort of like running around. We'd the shed at school had like tennis rackets and stuff, but there was like all of them were yellow apart from one black one. And I always made sure that I had the black one. But it was like the thing was like
So hip hop.
between I know, right? The thing was like the thing was the rule was the first one to the shed got the black tennis racket, and that was your gun. But it was like the coolest one. So we'd always just run around and pretend we had like guns and shooting and stuff like that. And then just one day I stopped and I was just like, man, you're 24 years old. You got to stop playing this game.
Why were you 24 at
No,
school?
I'm joking. But no, it's just
He
like,
matured fast.
yeah.
Joe was kept back a few years at school.
Yeah, I was
Start secondary school
it's
next
like,
year.
that
don't you,
teacher's
Joe?
assistant keeps pushing those kids over to get that black tennis racket. But yeah, no, it's that sort of thing. There's just, it can even be before you go from like primary to secondary school. There's just this kind of sort of quick change, and I think it's just, you kind of sort of, you're not running around in secondary school
yeah.
because there's kids that are fucking way older than you.
Yeah.
But also you're like 10 years old, and there's always like new stuff and things like that. Like,
And it was the best decision I made because I loved football at lunch in secondary school.
was there
man.
did you have like rivals? Was it
At
always like
first
your
it-
group of mates versus another
At
group of mates?
first, it was just our class split up.
Yeah.
It wasn't till about year 10, 11 where we started playing another class,
Yeah.
which is where I met my mate Lee George.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Was he on the other team?
Lee George has been one of my best mates for countless years. But this
Is,
is when we
one of
first
the-
kind
one of the
encountered-
groomsmen at your
he,
wedding?
He was on. Yeah, he was best man at my wedding. Yeah, he was on the other. He was in the other class. I sit next to him in science and maths, and we first got talking when he saw me doodling the Nirvana sign on my maths books. I was so fucking cutting edge, man. And he was like, "Oh, you're
So
Nirvana."
fucking cliche.
Oh, you like Nirvana? Oh, I saw a video on TV the other day for Nirvana, but it was actually for In Bloom.
Oh, okay.
Not
The obvious.
Not
Smells
like,
Teen Spirit. Literally, everyone's going to know exactly what you mean by that.
I'm a Pino, and I'm sat here drinking Vimto.
Greg did a remix, which is available on SoundCloud.
That is it, though. And so yeah, we I sit with him in science, and we started playing each other at football.
Yeah.
But we always beat them, and I remember this one time. They beat us.
Yeah.
And I remember, like, afterwards, Lee came back into class. Because Lee, we didn't really get on well at first.
Yeah,
And
well,
he
of course not. You're
and I
rivals in a
he
massive
came,
football
He
game.
came into science, and he walked up to me, and he leaned over and was like, I thought you said you were going to beat us at break.
Talking smack and shit. It's like, one win. He thinks he's Mr. Billy Big Bollocks.
But then when he got to like year 11 or so, we started mixing up the teams and stuff. But I just remember my mate Michael Yanaku used to play football in his kicker's jacket with his chips in one pocket and his burger in the other pocket. Jiva used to always go in goal.
Nice.
Like, the geeky Indian kid, can I play? Yes, but you're going in goal. Okay, and he would go in goal.
Yeah.
Because no one wanted to go in goal.
We had a Jew on our team that was in goal. He was good with his hands. Quick.
I remember my mate Rob, who was also a best man at my wedding.
Well, that's I probably could have explained that slightly. Maybe when I get to my
Yes.
like story of football in school, I'll explain
Just
that a bit
throwing
better.
Jew in there
It's like we
randomly.
had a fucking Jew in our goal.
Another best man at the same wedding, I must say. I had 3 best men. Rob
Couldn't make his mind up.
He was really good in goal.
Yeah.
And I remember there was a penalty, and I got fouled, and everyone was like, "All right, someone was going to take it." And they were kicking him. No, Greg has to take it because I knew I'd miss it. Greg has to take it. And I remember, I don't know. I doubt very much Rob did this on purpose, but I nutmegged him. I was so fucking happy, straight through his fucking legs. Really stands. Everyone was like, Greg can't take it.
Yeah.
But yeah, just playing football at school, mate, it was such a big deal. I would come on and tell my dad, yeah, we won today. I scored 6 goals. Like, it'd be fucking awesome. And then we had to like pay for the footballs. They banned the footballs at school, like bringing your own. You had to buy them. There was a £2.50 ball, which is really light.
Yeah.
Or the £5 ball, which is really heavy. And we
Was it like
get
a plastic ball or a medicine
yeah,
ball?
like clambling together with all our change. Like,
man.
trying to who's got 20p? We need 20 more p. Quick, go! Run up to the library to buy it, and then the worst was someone came back, but there's no more £2.50 balls left. No. wow, we play football with tennis balls.
Whatever was circular and moved in a ball-like motion.
Yeah.
I think my school was similar. Like, really, I mean, again, like when like growing up and stuff, like sort of played football just because it was what your mates were into. When I was in primary school, I had mates that were like massive into football, and that kind of got me into football. Sort of like supporting like Man United because they're the only fucking team.
It was Man U or Chelsea when I was at
really
school.
was.
It was the only teams that existed.
That was it. Like 1993 or 94 when it was the first thing I ever saw of football was the FA Cup final when it was Chelsea Man United.
Yeah.
And that was in my vision that was the only two teams that existed.
That's all that
and
really
then from
was.
there,
it was like the Jets and the Sharks. It was Man
exactly.
U or Chelsea.
That's
and the
it.
rival was crazy at school, man. The fights and shit.
Yeah, it's so ridiculous though, isn't it? But like in primary school, like played football a little bit, but it really, as you said, it didn't really fucking get serious. I mean, not serious that I was on the school team or anything. I was not on the school team.
Yeah.
But yeah, around sort of.
Did you wear football kits on Muffy Day?
No.
No, I used to wear my bright fluorescent yellow Ed De Hoy Chelsea goalie top.
Like auto glass sponsorship.
Yeah.
Fucking A. That's amazing. That's back in the Zola days.
Yeah, man.
But I wasn't ever like a big enough fan to have like a kit. I didn't wear a full kit. Like so like again like year 9, 10, 11 we had this rivalry with another group of kids. Because our classes were all split, like obviously we weren't like a particular class. There was like you'd be in one class with a bunch of people because you were probably bad at maths but you were good at English, so you just sort of knew everyone. But obviously everyone's got their mates, so it was me and my mates. I would say no, it was my mates and me because I wasn't there.
Okay.
I literally like goal hung. I was like a goal. Everyone
Goal
would, like
hanger.
the other team would get so pissed at me because I'd literally just sort of like creep around it and just be like, oh, rebound, crack, scored 6 goals once.
Just waiting to cash in on someone's
Yeah,
favorite
exactly.
attempt at goal.
Yeah, exactly. I'd occasionally go in goal, but only when we were playing on grass because I like diving about.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
But we had this one particular like sort of group of other guys in our year that we'd play against, and they were some of them, like some of our friends were on the football team and some of their friends were on the football team, and then there was just the shit people, and then just the people that are just there because it's what everyone else is doing. So it's like sort of 20 versus 20, like just a ridiculous fucking game. Like, and again, you got like 45 minutes for for lunch break. 10 of that's like waiting for everyone to turn up and put their trainers on because they don't want to fuck up their school shoes.
Oh man, I'd already changed into my trainers before the bell went in class secretly at the back.
So like we had a good maybe half an hour of playing and stuff like that, and the games were just fucking vicious sometimes, man. Like we had I had one guy I went in when it was the summertime, you were allowed out on the playing field because it was obviously dry, you're not gonna get fucked up and shit, and we'd go out there and fucking set up your blazers as goalposts and shit like that.
Jumpers for goalposts.
What's the score? 17-14. So but it was just fucking relentless, man. Like there'd be fights, like pushing and shoving, like people would just
fights ain't pushing and shoving.
Yeah. Well, there's a fight and then there's pushing and shoving, two completely different elements. I once there was once like a guy that I knew called Jack Reed. I still sort of mates with him now. I haven't seen him in fucking time though. But he was a couple of years below me in school, and for some reason he was sort of near where we were playing. And the ball got kicked towards him, and he just kicked it to someone on my team. So someone on their team went up and just started like getting in his face, just like, "What the fuck are you doing, kicking the man there?" Like, knowing Jack, I just ran over there and pushed the guy into this mesh fencing, which then caused someone else to come over to me and was like, "What are you doing, eh? What are you doing?" Like, pushing. So the pushing started. But it's that pushing where you try and push them, but at the same time, you're pushing outwards to block their push. So you're just like, come on, mate. Like, and everyone's like, yeah. So then all of a sudden, there's like 15, 20 people like stood around. It's like, yeah, go on. And we're just like, all we're doing is pushing each other.
Like a
neither of us want to throw a fucking punch.
Mob dance, whatever it is.
Yeah. Neither of us want to throw a punch. So we're just like, it's like, what you do? It goes from what are you doing?
The teachers are just like, they'll tire themselves out.
It went from what are you doing, eh? What are you doing? What are you doing? To what are we doing?
I'm playing football.
It's like, yeah, should we go back and play football? All right, let's play football. So yeah, there was some hairy moments and things like that. But I remember like being in goal, and like there was one time I was in goal and I saved the shot, and everyone's like, yeah. And then someone came back and just kicked the ball square in my fucking eye. And I was on the ground for like 5 minutes, and I heard this massive cheer, and they'd score. When I got up, they were just like, Joe, you let a fucking goal in. I was like, my vision was impaired. I'm sorry.
I remember playing football in the pissing down rain.
Classic.
And there were two guys that big. When I say big, they weren't fat. They were just like tall, bald guys.
Yeah.
Alex Yarnley and James Chick. And I remember James Chick, man, booted the football and it was pissing down the rain. And it was the £5 football, so it was the heavy one. And it went straight in my fucking face.
Everyone, man.
I looked like Two-Face afterwards. Proper bruise.
Just red, like...
Just down the one side of my face, man. I'll never forget. That was fucking pain.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that hurt.
It was everyone had their fair share of injuries and shit. You
forget
go home like fucking green fucking grass stains on your shirt and just like, fucking bumps and bruises and shit.
Blood.
Yeah, man. I think the only time, like, because obviously, like, I had friends at my school, but I also had like friends outside of school.
Oh, lucky you, Mr. Popular.
So like, they went to like different schools, but because they lived down my road that I live on, they just sort of were just around and stuff like that. So we'd go over to the park, and then all the kids in the area would come over, and like the fucking park keeper would get involved and shit. Those as well. Actually, they were even more vicious than the fucking school.
I bet,
games.
man. No rules on the
Mate,
fucking
no fucking rules.
Yeah.
You'd be out there till about 8 o'clock because it's summertime and it's still light out, like playing like fucking again like 20
4-hour games of football.
Oh my god, mate, it was so fucking relentless. I once like we used to use like a pile of bags or jumpers for one goalpost and like a thin tree.
Yeah, of course.
And this one time, like I think I broke my toe because I went to kick the ball and instead I just kicked the tree.
Standard.
So it's fucked up. But yeah.
Standard.
That was my best memories of football.
No, man.
Playing it as a kid like that.
I loved playing it at school, man. I mean, I was also quite into hockey, but like roller hockey, like street hockey.
Yeah. I had a brief
stage
of
I
enjoying
love
that.
rollerblading so fucking much.
Aggressive inline.
Aggressive inline. It's gay. And I love fucking street hockey. But that's that and basketball, really. Basketball was like more... I did play for a team briefly, but it was more I had like the hoop in my driveway.
Yeah, that was it. I don't think I was ever like keen enough on a sport to wanting to be on a team with it. I just enjoyed it for the fuck of it. You know what I mean? Just for like it's something to do. There was like a thing they used to do on like a Saturday again when this was like when I sort of like decided that basketball was a bit more of my sort of thing. They used to do like
hip hop.
I know, right? But on like a Saturday morning from like sort of 9 till like 11, there was this sort of basketball like morning sort of thing they do in a place in Ashford, and we just sort of just go there and you get taught drills, you get taught a few things, and then like the end of it was just like a game. I was never. Again, like at this point though, I was just like, yeah, ball, dribbling, shoot, oh shit. It was never just like, oh, hang on, wait, that person, I'm supposed to guard that person. Well, he's all the way over there, and there's another guy here. I'm going to guard that.
Goals.
Yeah, that was it. Like
goals.
there was never really any kind of like massive like sort of
slams, dunk some slam.
Yeah, there was never like a sort of thing where people are just like stopping you and just go, no, wait. You're supposed to guard that person, stay on that person at all times, and stuff like that. It was never like that. They were just like, these guys want to shoot around, have a bit of fun.
That's what you want to do. That's what I want to do.
That was all I want to do.
We keep saying we'll go shoot hoops. We've been saying it for years now.
We have, yeah. I think we said that goes back to like Nat Turner.
Even before then, we were saying we were going to do it. Yeah, because she used to go down. When we found out she used to go hoops, we were like, what the fuck? We've been saying it for years we'll go do that.
She'd run rings around us because she'd turn up like all fucking legit and we'd turn up with a beer in fucking jeans, hung over from the night before, just like, alright, so what are we doing?
Like a spliff in our mouth.
Yeah.
I bought some chicken.
For breakfast.
When I think back to growing up and I think of like sport names when I was at school, instantly I think Gavin Peacock.
Oh, wow.
Dimitri Karine, the old keeper from Chelsea. Alan Shearer, of course.
Standard.
Vinnie Jones.
Yeah.
Teddy Sheringham.
Yeah.
Ruud Gullit.
Jurgen Klinsmann.
Jurgen Klinsmann. So many, man.
Graham Lasso.
Fucking hell.
Matt Letizia.
Fucking hell. He wouldn't leave Southampton, would he?
Nah, never.
I remember...
I think he's buried underneath... He's not even dead.
No.
When he dies, he'll be buried underneath
He's on Sky Sports talking, really. My little brother Gary still plays football, massively into it.
Yeah.
He won at like a Cub Fair, like auction thing, like a lucky dip.
Yeah.
To meet Steve Clarke.
Yeah.
Played for Chelsea. And he won like a big artwork of him signed. and he brought it back.
Was it just
I
a
remember
stick man that just had Steve
No,
Clarke with an arrow
it was
pointing?
it was a proper like artist painted drawing or
yeah.
painting with her. And there's pictures of me in like all our Chelsea kits. I'm wearing like a Cause sponsored Chelsea top in this picture.
Oh, wow.
And I'm like all posing by outside the house, the half finished extension, like. And then Mum was like, "Yeah, we get to meet him. When? Oh, we go like next week or something." Okay, and then we went down, and he like had like this little car showroom where he sold cars in Tolworth.
Oh, man.
And we went down.
How the mighty have fallen.
Well, he still played for Chelsea, but he
What?
did this as well. And we went down there, and it was so fucking awkward.
Really?
It was so awkward. We all just stood in this room really quiet, didn't know what to say to each
Did
other.
he come in and was like, so you're looking at the Citroen, yeah?
He didn't say anything. He just stood there, and it was all awkward and quiet. And after a while, it got quiet, and you had Jason kind of mum was saying, Gary was like, "Shut up, Jason. No, you shut up." And Dad's like, "No, stop.
No,
Dad,
not
don't
in front
argue."
of Steve.
And I had I had like an autograph book in my hand.
Yeah.
And eventually Steve Clarke broke the silence with, "Do you want me to sign that?" "Yes, please." I gave it to him. And he opened it. I had like a football sticker of him inside it.
Oh, man.
And he was like, "Okay." Signed it. Gave it back to me. And I was like, "Thank you."
Are you sure this
And it
is?
was so
are you
fucking
sure?
awkward.
Are you sure this guy played for Chelsea and he's not just Steve Clarke, the car
No, it
salesman,
was Steve
who
Clarke.
was like, I'm just going to rinse this. Who looks slightly familiar, looks slightly similar to Steve Clarke of Chelsea fame.
Oh man! In fact, when I just googled him now, he does actually have Steve Clarke's cars as well, and he works for
Is he still working there?
Yeah. Trainer, coach. But anyway, it was really fucking awkward. It was really uncomfortable. It was a really awkward situation. I remember
Well, you know what they say, you should never meet your heroes.
it was. I remember I asked him a question like, "Oh, why didn't you take that penalty in yesterday's game?" And he was like, "Oh, I don't know, I think penalties." Okay. And he went back to being quiet again. It was so uncomfortable.
That's so weird.
It was really one of the awkward moments of my life. And I was young and I knew
Yeah.
it was awkward.
That's so fucking weird.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
Are you sure he wasn't doing like community service?
No, I don't think so.
And then just bought the place because he really enjoyed selling cars.
Maybe. Ooh.
See, I can't say that I ever really met anyone any famous sporting people. There was a basketball player for like the London Tigers that I met. Because again, like once the summer kicked in, like my mum and dad found out the same place I was going to on a Saturday for basketball did like a summer thing. So like for at least 3 days of the week, you'd go and play basketball like from fucking 9 till 3.
Wow.
Like you would go to school, but you do it.
Oh,
all
right.
basketball
Yeah,
and
of
shit.
course. Yeah. I did that with football.
Yeah. And there was this player for the London Tigers came down and stuff like that, and he was talking to people and things like that. And there was like 50, 60 kids there, so they split them up into like teams of 5. So there was fucking loads of teams. I'm just sitting there watching 2 teams play at one point, and this guy just comes and sits down next to me. It's just like, "Hey, how you going?" I just didn't say anything. I just got up and walked away.
Why?
Because I was so freaked out. I was just like, this guy's apparently famous. I don't want to talk to him. I'm going to walk away. It just freaked me out, man. I couldn't deal with it.
What can we have? So clapping for things you like.
Yes.
What can we have for like that situation, like a reverse?
A reverse of it. I don't know. Just shouting boo.
Just say boo. How you doing?
Boo.
Boo. Just get up and start slowly backstepping away.
Yeah. I don't think I could have done that to him because it would have been he was black and it would probably just look racist. It's like boo, black people. I don't want that. I don't want to be that guy.
I remember as a
15-year-old
kid.
little shit.
I never forget as a kid. Slightly off topic, but just popped in my head. Whenever mum wouldn't be like, whenever I was a kid, and say mum had gone to the shop or something, and I'd be saying to dad, "Where's mum?" Who would always say, "Run away with Batman." Run away. Always say it. "Where's mum?" "She's run away with Batman."
See,
one of his many
this is what creates superhero villains. That phrase.
And I remember we went.
Batman stole my mother.
We went to Londis in Worcester Park, and I was like, "Has mum run away with him?" And Dad's like, "What? You said mum ran away with a black man." Like,
No! No, you didn't!
And Dad's like, "No, Batman, come outside. Sorry.
Oh,
But I thought that's what he said. I was young, I didn't know. I didn't even know what racism was at that point.
Nah, yeah. To be young again.
Yes. So I did have some bits about like footballs and shit, but you know what? We don't need to fucking go into that.
No, I think we've
we're
had a nice
discussing it.
nostalgic.
You know, I'm sure people listening who aren't into sports any more than we are don't really need to hear us talk about bollocks.
I can't wait to hear what Harry thinks about this episode.
Yeah, it's not right. But I have a list of bizarre sports.
Oh, good fun.
Like I've got shitloads of them.
Fantastic.
In fact, I'd probably, if you can,
Are they listed?
if any take your fancy, like throw a search in for them, Because
Okay.
I've literally just got the name of them.
Okay.
Because there's fucking hundreds. I'm not going to read them all out.
Are they? Is it pretty obvious from the name what
Some
they are?
Some are, yeah. There's a little breakdown next to it. Some aren't that exciting, some are good. Bed racing.
That's exactly what it sounds like.
Racing in your sleep.
What? Not on a bed?
Just racing in your sleep.
Have they not converted like beds into cars and
Well, it's their bed racing.
bed race?
This one sounds good.
So basically, sleepwalking.
Beer mile. 4-drink mile. That's all it says.
4-drink mile.
This one sounds a bit weird. Beer crate running. Definition. Carrying your own refreshments.
That's a waiter.
So waitering yourself.
Hang on, wait. Beer mile is a drinking race combining running and speed. That sounds like the worst thing in the world. That's instant vomiting.
Is it running and speed drinking?
It's basically you got a race takes place on a standard 400-meter or like quarter-mile running track while speed. Fuck that! I guess you could do a relay.
Do you want to check bed racing quickly? I'm very intrigued by bed
Yeah.
racing.
Have you ever seen that? What's that one? I mean, I've seen like every now and again you see in the paper like some like stupid fucking sport gets covered, and it's
That
like
egg
wife carrying. Have you ever seen that one? Mate, that's a fucking killer.
Might be on this list.
Bed racing. Staged for the first time in 1966, the year England won the World Cup. They thought, well, if we're good at that, we can do something else.
Yeah.
And held each year since come hell or high water in the River Nid. The Great Knaresborough Bed Race is part pageant and part grueling time trial over a 2.4-mile course. It is organised by a volunteer group, the Knaresborough Lions, and it's held to raise money for good causes.
But what do they do?
So basically, by the sounds of it, they just create like a really fancy bed and then just sort of run it down a hill or something.
Oh, right. Interesting.
I don't know.
Not. This one I am very excited by.
To the point of erection.
Clog Clobbing. Throwing a clog.
just tossing it.
Just throwing a clog.
My favourite obscure of all the obscure sports is, of course, the Gloucester cheese race.
Yeah, that is on here. Yeah. I did go over it because I knew that everyone know that one. Yeah.
People
It's dangerous, man.
Oh yeah, have you seen the fucking hill they have to
It's
run down?
Dangerous as fuck. I'd be at the bottom waiting for the cheese to come to me.
Mate, that was the thing.
Idiots.
There was once a story of a man that won it. He actually caught the cheese whilst running down, but sustained a rather unfortunate injury where
He couldn't eat cheese.
No, yeah,
Ever again.
He'd gained lactose intolerance. But no, there's so he'd beat the cheese and he'd beat the cheese.
Cheese sounds like a bad wank.
That does, doesn't it?
Sounds like a stinky wank. After
It's
you've run a marathon in your tight shorts, then you jerk
it's
off.
masturbating an unwashed penis, beating the cheese.
Yes.
So this guy, like, I can't remember if he like broke his back or his leg, I can't remember, but it was something as bad as that. And whilst he was being cared for in the ambulance, someone stole the roll of cheese.
Claimed victory.
Yeah, man. I think there's a reverse one as well where you have to run up the hill, but I don't understand how they're going to do that with cheese.
Cup stacking, we've seen. My mum got into cup stacking for a while. She got it for Christmas one year. Yeah, she was quite good at it.
That's big. It's a lot of Japanese or Chinese kids are fucking super fast at that, and I don't understand why.
Dwarf throwing.
Ah! I could get into that.
Could we? How do we? Is there a local dwarf throwing team? Do you have to bring your own dwarf, or do they supply them?
To be fair, there used to be a dwarf that went down the fighting cocks, but I think he got banned for, I don't know,
Not being a dwarf.
having Napoleon syndrome or something. He got angry or something.
Starting wars.
I don't know. Oh no, actually, no, he wasn't banned. He just moved away.
Moved away. Joe's confusing banning with moving again.
You might as well. To be fair, I mean, if I got banned, I'd move away. I'd be like, I don't know what I'm going to do with my life. But yeah, no, this looks pretty good. You literally just toss a midget
Off.
Yeah.
Fucking how
Midget-
far do you have to throw him?
I don't know. There's not a real limit as to. I guess it's just however far you can throw them.
Haggis hurling.
Well, that's just a
Throwing a haggis as far as possible for distance
bag of
and accuracy.
intestines.
That does sound a bit weird. Man versus horse marathon.
We're back to the boy tour.
Nude Olympics.
Nude or lewd?
Nude.
So basically, just the Olympics with no clothes on.
Ostrich racing. A lot of random animal.
Oh no, ostrich
racing.
racing's big in
Where? Tell me where it's big.
Tell me, not England.
Tell me of your ostrich racing enthusiast, Joe Jackson.
India. I'm pretty sure.
Fucking hell, there's a rock paper scissors world championship.
Oh, I want to
How
go
do
to
you
that.
train for that?
Well,
it's being psych.
it's you
trying
know,
to psych them out.
it's 3 simple
I can
hand
imagine,
gestures.
Can you imagine if that was like a Rocky film, but of doing that, like the montage?
Oh, that's what we
just
need
running
to do.
upstairs doing the hands.
That's the next
rock, paper,
that's the
scissors.
that's the next video we do. It's just us doing like
Training
just
for
training
it.
for it.
Training for it. Yeah, that'd be
the
good.
fucking montage.
Just running upstairs doing it.
Scissor, paper, stone, scissor, paper,
I'm
stone.
there with like a stopwatch going, yeah, you break your record.
And you're just like there throwing out stone. It's like paper.
Yeah, I'm not the coach trying to train you
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
I'm the retired one.
Doing like hand exercises.
I'm the retired rock
Just like
paper.
fist.
Have like your knuckles on, your fist on the front page of Rock Paper Scissor Monthly.
What's the
Is scissor like lesbian scissoring?
I don't know.
Interesting one. Just glove puppets of open legs.
Yeah. I don't know if it counts as a sport or not, but there is a competition which
I
is
question
the
if some of these are sports. To be fair,
yeah.
Pillow fighting.
Well, no, there is a
Professional women only sporting event.
There is a sport element to that. But no, the
A
egg
real life semi-professional women only sporting event.
must come wearing a nightie.
Yes.
No, it's the air guitar championships.
Oh yeah, of course.
I wanted to enter that so bad because I heard like I found out where like
Get
the
low
English.
as a pussy.
Yeah, I heard
Mime pussy.
I heard like there was ridiculous amounts of air snatch available. So I started training for it. I was going to do Rock You Like a Hurricane.
Oh, I bet you were.
Yeah. Because of the air element.
Why not
to
do it for
'Cause
the
of
listeners?
air
So
element.
why not enjoy it for the listeners so they can hear your air guitar?
Can you hear
Can
that?
you hear that,
Is that-
viewers?
oh,
Can you hear?
sorry, I haven't got it plugged in.
the
Haven't got it plugged in.
You're not in tune either,
Haven't-
honestly, right? You're well out of tune.
Oh, shit. But yeah, no, I found out like the UK regional like sort of regionals for it were in like Islington, and I was gonna go down and check it out because then like the actual guitar like the actual like world championships is in like Finland or something like that. And I was so like fucking dead set on it. I was just like, oh yeah, man, I'm gonna rock you like a fucking hurricane.
Oh man, girls would have swooned at you, mate.
Oh my god, Ed once said to me, just like you're gonna be wading through pussy juice.
Better wear your wellies, boy.
Yeah. Oh god, up to your knees in sauce.
Sheep counting. That sport? It's counting.
Don't you just fall asleep doing
I don't
that?
like this one. Shin kicking.
Oh no, that I've seen.
I have. I don't
That was
like it.
do you remember the Dirty Sanchez show? I think in the movie they had
yeah.
like a deleted scene which was them actually taking part in shin kicking. But you've got to like pad it out with like hay so it doesn't completely split your fucking shins open. But you like hold onto each other's shoulders and then it's like the first one to hit the ground basically.
Don't like the idea of it.
It's fucking vicious, man.
Snail races. I've seen that before.
There is as well. Again, our good friend Jack Webber put me onto it and then shared me a video of
What
it
did
as
he
well.
put you on?
Crack. He
That Jack.
Jack and his crack.
Crackety crack. Must be Jack.
Sounds like cereal now. Cracker Jacks.
Get the crack cereal from Joe.
I used to Jack.
Free syringe for the
Jack,
kids.
Jack is in no way associated with crack cocaine. Don't worry
No.
about it.
Not
But
yet.
no, he told me about the there was a competition of slapping, a slap competition.
Oh yeah.
And the video showed me like the guy gets slapped so hard it knocks him out.
And the ear pulling contest in like.
Oh
in
yeah,
like
yeah.
Proper cold weather as well.
It's there's like a
like the Arctic, isn't it?
no,
Shit.
no, it's like an Alaskan Olympics. Like there's like Alaska has their own Olympics. They're pretty impressive. I saw that in Wild Boys once.
Oh,
They
did
have
you?
like they
I
tie.
heard about it in Metal Gear Solid.
Is it?
Yes, the game.
Oh, okay. Well, my thing's real, so
What? It's a game / documentary.
okay.
Swamp football, getting bogged down in defence.
Nice.
Toe wrestling, battle of the big toes. There's leg wrestling, and I randomly know this. I remember seeing him John Frost years ago. That John Malkovich was like a champion of leg racing.
I you know what? I couldn't believe that because John Malkovich is in some weird fucking shit.
Yeah.
I believe that being John Malkovich is just his autobiography in movie form.
I'm going to read you the description of this first. A variation of the popular game.
Right. Tetris.
Two-handed tennis. I don't even see how that
A
works.
variation.
So you're still busy playing it, but just holding two rackets.
It's like
You better get to the shed first and get the black one.
all of a sudden I went back in time to like when slaves were a thing, and it's just like, you better get to the shed first to get the black one. God.
Uppies and Downies.
Oh, that's just drug taking.
A version of medieval football played in Workington in West Cumbria with about 1,000 players on each team who attempt to get the ball into the opposing team's goal.
That's
that
amazing.
sounds like your football in the park.
Yeah.
1,000 players on each team.
That's ridiculous.
Jesus Christ.
What kind of formation are they in?
I kind of want to
What
be
kind
in
of
that.
formation is that?
Fucking, I want to kind of play that. Sounds fucking awesome.
400, 400, 200 formation.
Worm charming.
Worm charming.
Bring as many worms to surface as you can.
There is a masturbation competition. I know about that because I.
Oh yeah, the wankathon.
Yeah, I entered it.
I remember it was held in London.
It was
once,
held.
wasn't
What
it?
was held?
Hey, it was held in London many years back. And
I think,
apparently we were in for a chance of winning, but we didn't. The Americans won.
You and me.
Americans kept winning.
Well, they are wankers.
Yes.
No, I think like the record.
Thanks for listening,
the
American
record.
listeners. We're glad you lasted this long.
We're all wankers. I mean, we're dickheads.
Yes.
So.
It's true.
But I think like there was a record for like the longest wank is something like 8 hours.
What?
Yeah.
Without coming.
Without coming.
This just means you shit at wanking, doesn't
Yeah.
it?
Just imagine the mess you made on that as well.
Imagine bleed. Fucking like spunking jam out.
He'd run out of
Seeded
semen.
jam.
Just run out of semen. It's like, why are your testicles filled with blood?
Yeah. Oh man, wanking for 8 hours. Doesn't sound enjoyable.
That's a day's work.
It is. Man, that's a shift.
That's a shit.
That's a shift, mate. No lunch break either.
No.
Yabby races. I don't know. It's an Australian tradition, apparently.
Is it?
Yeah, check Yabby.
Yabby.
Yabbie races.
Yabby races.
What is it? Yabby. Is it like?
It looks like lobsters.
Oh, really?
I think it's lobster racing.
Ah.
Can we get a confirmation from the Shite Podcast guys on this one?
Yes. Do you play it? Wow, hairiest back. Who has the most hair on the back? Not really a sport, though, is it?
Not really a sport, no. Not something to brag about either, to be honest.
Goose pulling involves ripping the head off a goose. Not like snogging
What?
it. Not like snogging it in fucking Prism nightclub.
Goosing.
Pulling the head off a goose. Oh my god.
Fuck that.
Jesus
I
Christ.
think there's
Ferret legging. Place a ferret down your pants for as long as possible. These are great fucking sports. There should be a TV channel that has all these fucking sports on it.
We need this channel.
Like, we need to make it. So many fucking awesome things.
Man.
All right, we'll do one more.
One more.
Pick. I'm not numbered. I was about to say pick a number between. Then I realised they're not even fucking numbered. I don't think we can beat Dwarf Throne, to be fair.
I mean, Dwarf Throne's pretty good.
Finger jousting. Try and poke your opponent.
Also known as Facebooking.
Yes. Yeah. You have been poked 400 times.
Is that still on Facebook?
Yeah.
Can you still get
I had
poked?
a notification recently that I had been poked. And I looked
Was it
at
Jimmy
it,
Savile?
and someone had poked me like 200 times.
Why?
I don't know if in a row.
Just send him a message. You know, if they want your attention that bad.
Hi.
Hi. I've poked you and you haven't responded.
Now, to keep things nice and upbeat,
Yes.
as we always are,
Uh-huh.
I've got deaths in sport.
Ah. See, I had a rather interesting conversation recently with Callum about a particular sport.
Tell us about the sport now.
It was not a particular sport. It was more of a theory that he had about such item, or not an item, about such of what the most deaths in a sport is, and he seems to think that what was it? He thinks bowls has the highest death rate.
Because they're old.
Yeah, that was literally it. And I was just like, mate, you fucking kidding me? It was like, what? Because of the balls and how heavy they are. And he was just like, no, because they're really old and they have heart failure or they have heart problems and stuff.
So the deaths I have here, some of them are, well, I'll just read them out, the ones I've got. Deaths in sport.
Yep.
In 1999, a single stroke of lightning instantly killed a whole soccer team. The 11 players were all between 20 and 35 years old.
It killed
This
them all?
freak accident happened during a match held in an eastern province in the Congo. The strangest thing, however, was that all the players from the home team came out of this tragedy unscathed.
Wow.
So the away team were all killed by a single strike.
Maybe they knew and they had like rubber
That's fucking
soles.
crazy,
That's
right?
fucking nuts, man.
I can't say this guy's name. Joaquim Astoninho?
Joachim, maybe?
Nope.
Is it Joakim? Or
Yeah,
Joah?
Joaquim.
Yeah. Interesting.
Astoninho. This is probably wrong. I'm sure I'll get corrected. But he was one of the most decorated Portuguese bike racers of his time, and he was a 6-time national champion.
Wow.
Additionally, he took part in many major international races, including the most significant of all, the Tour de France, in which he competed in 13 times.
Jesus.
Unfortunately for him and the world of professional cycling, he became the victim of one of the most ironic tragedies in sport history.
Flat tire.
During the 1984 Tour of the Algarve, he was leading at the time. A dog ran into the race a few hundred meters ahead of the finish line, and he hit it and fell to the ground and injured his head. That put him into a coma, and a few hours, died.
Fucking hell.
Jesus.
Was that dog sent to prison?
I think so.
Fucking hell, that's nuts.
In the 73rd minute of the 2003 Confederations Cup semi-final match between Cameroon and France,
Yep.
Foe was innocently jogging along. Nobody on the field or in the crowd could understand how critical his condition was when he suddenly collapsed on the ground in the centre of the pitch. Medical staff ran on to carry him off, but he was dead.
I think I saw a video of that. Yeah, that's... Oh, man, his
Just
fucking
dropped
eyes
dead.
rolling
Just
back.
yeah, the picture here just dropped dead. Oh, my God.
Yeah, I remember because there was a couple of videos like on YouTube of like people dying in sport, and I think like the lightning strike one's there, and I think that particular one, and it's fucking horrible to watch, man.
Yeah.
It's so like people are just fucking just losing their shit like all around the pitch, like it's so horrible.
In 1955, Le Mans disaster is the deadliest, most tragic accident ever occurred in motorsport history. Pierre, I'm going to say Pierre, a 49-year-old driver was involved in a crash that caused large fragments of racing car debris to fly into the crowd, killing 83 spectators.
Oh.
An estimated 120 more were injured. According to the creepy reports, the hood of the car, fucking hell, just decapitated the tightly jammed spectators like a guillotine blade.
Fuck, that's heavy.
That's fucking crazy, isn't it?
I got I guess F1 racing's probably got a few deaths. Like
Oh yeah,
Ayrton
I
Senna
didn't go
and
into
stuff
like ones like that, like the really pop, because
Yeah,
I know
yeah,
there'd
yeah.
been one recently as well in F1, and obviously Senna and that. I didn't really start going into like the famous ones.
Yeah.
I was just looking ones that I knew about the one of the football. I didn't know about the lightning strike one. I thought was like fucking hell.
Dark, mate.
It's dark. Tell us about the one. I think we told us about the Canon one.
Yeah.
So
Bowls.
what about
That's the theory.
our own sports? Could
Our
we
own
bring in?
sports?
Yeah. What can we bring in? High fiving.
High fiving, yeah. I mean, if I had to choose a teammate for that, I would probably choose Ellie from the pub. But we got a good high five situation going on
Yeah,
right
you're
now.
good at it. I put a slow motion video of it on Instagram once or Facebook.
Yeah.
One of them.
The crack on it as well, just
Yeah.
clap was amazing.
We actually googled it, and there is a high five like championship.
Yeah, I think there is that's up there, man. There's not much you can really do with it unless judges score you out of 10.
If you get like sponsorship, do you wear like gloves with like the name on the back of it?
Maybe.
BP Petrol.
My wrist has been hurting recently.
Wanking.
Yeah, no, that's what everyone says. But it literally just started. I don't know if I like slept on it funny or something like that and just kind of sort of twisted it. I don't know. But it's been sort of like clicking and aching a little bit. So I sort of told Ellie that, and again she was just like, "You've been wanking a lot," and I was like, "Yeah, you know, like 18 times a day, like a normal person
For 8 hours.
Yeah, you know, I'm trying to win the wankathon.
Break my record.
Trying
Yeah.
to break
Trying
my
to break the
record.
record.
But she was just like, "What if we high five and it breaks your wrist?" And I just be like, "Well, that'd be really funny to explain to the doctor when I go and get it casted up."
I bet they've had it before though.
Yeah.
Blatantly experienced that before.
Easily, yeah. And they're just like, no, I swear I was high-fiving. I was like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
Another
also, if you
wank
start, like,
injury.
some minor Olympics, and we have like high five, clapping,
Yeah.
napping,
Walking instead of running.
drunk walk homes.
Yeah, that was a bit.
Drunk walk
I
homes.
like that.
That'd be a good one to have the
That could be
Olympics.
like an obstacle course. You've got to get through. Podcasting.
And they're off. Look at them talk.
Look at them
They
talk.
can't hear what we're saying.
And here we go.
They're commentating us. And here they come. They're coming up to Be in the Bonnet now. Be in the Bonnet coming up. He's going to play their segment. He's going to play their segment. Here he goes. No, it's Joe's corner fair out of nowhere. Joe's corner fair out of nowhere. They didn't see it coming.
I like to think if there was a drunken Olympics, we could just be the commentators for it as well. And here we see Simon approaching the kebab shop. What's he going to get? He's gone for the chicken doner. It's chicken doner. It's
Chicken doner. He's not sure though what sauce he's going to get. Garlic sauce, of course. He's gone for garlic.
He's gone for the garlic.
An old favourite, of course, amongst the kebab
It's a
of
prime
Kingston.
choice. I mean, I think the chili sauce has taken a bit of a back seat to the garlic mayo. If I'm honest.
Well, we've got man on the ground. Let's talk to Ian Flowers down there. Yes, I'm here right now with him. He's in there right now. Can I have a taste of it? It smells revolting.
Yes.
But it looks revolting alcohol to be getting from.
Oh, he's dropped it. He's dropped it.
Oh, he's vomited. He's vomited.
He's
We have
dropped
a
it.
vomit. He's vomited. He's
That's
vomited
it.
out on the pavement.
Surely that's a default
He's run out to
disqualification.
the pavement and he's vomited all over the pavement. And the girls across the road queuing to get in the club are laughing. They're laughing
is an
so hard.
Absolute shocker.
I haven't seen
Ian
it.
Flowers, supposed to be the gold winner in this one, has absolutely
I haven't
fucked
seen
it.
a vomiting like this since the 1984 Drunk Olympics.
Ah, what a day.
When of
Such
course,
tragedy.
when famous beef curtains
Famous beef curtains.
threw up on the last shot of the six in a row.
Is his first name Famous and his last name Beef Curtains?
Yeah.
Famous Beef
My
Curtains.
famous grouse.
I'd like, yeah, Drunk Olympics could be pretty good.
just commentating drunks.
I know, yeah.
Man,
We should do
start
that
doing
next
that.
time
That's
next
awesome.
time we're going home, or like next time we're on a night out. We should just take some time and just go and stand outside like Prism or something like that, and just watch the drunk people, and we'll just make up names for them. Yeah, we should do that. That'd be quite fun. We'll have microphones.
Microphone enthusiast, Joe Jackson.
Microphone enthusiast.
I'm going to tell you where this came from now.
Yeah,
the
it's
enthusiast.
it's getting too much.
We went through a phase of saying each other all the fucking time. Anything that was happening.
At any point when one of us would
Be doing anything.
be doing anything or explain something to the other, you'd become an enthusiast of that thing.
It all came about when I was at work and I was on the phone to the manager of Bath, Sean, and he was driving his car, he was on the hands-free, and I was on the work phone. And we're talking away, then I just heard this, and him go, "Oh!" And I was like, "Mate, what the fuck was that?" He's like, "Did you hear that?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, I just run over a pheasant." I was like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, mate, I just run over a pheasant." And I was like, "Holy shit." He's like, "Fucking hell, proper took its head." Oh. Anyway, and I was like, "All right, I'll let you carry on driving. Give me a call when you get to the shop." Anyway, I went I went upstairs to the toilet in the shopping centre I work in, which is the top floor, and I was on the escalator coming back down, and I was trying to find a picture of a pheasant that I was googling it, and I was gonna screenshot it on my phone and then make a meme out of it, being like, "Oh no, Sean the Destroyer's coming," and send it to him. And as I was doing it, I'm on the escalator, and there's a woman in front of me, and she's holding a kid. Who's like looking over, and she's holding it over her shoulder.
Yeah.
And I'm on my phone. I look up, and the kid's smiling at me, so I smile and wave back. And the mum kind of looks round and smiles at me, and smiles at baby to be like, "Oh, that's nice. You're smiling and waving at my child.
Acknowledging my
What
child.
a nice young man you are." And I was like, "Yes, yes." My phone held up. Yes, yes. And then I found a picture of a pheasant, and then just went. And realised it made a camera taking noise with the phone aimed at her child.
Yeah.
And she looked back and was like, "Oh, what are you?" And I panicked and quickly turned my phone round with a picture of a pheasant on it, and quickly, to my defence, without thinking it through, went, "I'm just screenshotting a pheasant." And I just had this horrible fear that she would go ahead and like report me.
Literally my favourite excuse.
Like, she would go ahead and report this, and I could just imagine the local paper just being like, "Man accused of photographing children on escalators in Kingston Shopping Centre.
Actually,
Pheasant enthusiast Greg Armstrong claims."
and that's how it came about.
And it just rolled on from there, really.
Oh, it's so funny.
It is funny. Do you have any more sporting things you wish to add?
What, like made up sports?
Anything you want to throw in now? Because
Ugh.
I had a bit about fitness and dieting, but I can't be asked to talk about fitness and dieting because it just make me angry.
Well, actually, I mean that kind of fits in quite nicely. I guess you'd call it like a bee in your bonnet, really. Of something that's annoyed me recently is in general just the sort of people that go to the gym, but then they like post like pictures of them at the gym, or even worse, actually, I found there's some dude on YouTube who literally posts like videos of him at the gym, like working out, and it kind of just makes you think like, who are you going to the gym for? Are you going for you, or are you going to impress the people around you that know you? And it's like, look at me at the gym, shedding stones, putting on mass. Oh, it's a cheat day, and it's just like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, is that like really? What are your intentions with this gym shit? Are you trying to just fucking get a bit healthy, or are you trying to impress the people by showing them how much of a good fucking person you are?
I think they're just trying to show off their abs.
Yeah.
Or the fact they're at the gym.
They're just like, oh, look at me. Oh, ripped as fuck.
Oh, he's bare ripped, blood.
Blip.
I'm trying to find...
It's fucking ridiculous, man. That's kind of sort of shit I just...
Do you see it quite often?
I mean, Facebook and Instagram, man. Instagram's what... Oh, fucking hell. Jesus Christ. He's just shown me a picture of someone on Instagram just fucking flashing off their muscles and shit.
Happens all the time on Instagram. You always see it. Lots of nice shapely boys.
But it is. But I love. Like, if you look at the comments afterwards, just like, oh my god, I'm so envious of you. It's just like, piss off. That's exactly what they want.
Can't we start doing it like down the pub, but as if they're gym photos, like with a pint in hand?
With your t-shirt
anyway,
off.
don't we?
With your t-shirt
off on a pint.
Just like gut out. Just like down the pub.
Like
don't you wish you
lifting
was
the beer
hot as
up and
this?
down to your mouth. 6 reps today.
Yeah.
And squats are on the shitter.
Pants down and up.
Okay, so
Pants
40
down.
squats done this week.
You did do 40 squits.
Scrambled eggs all over my face.
Joe's Corner on.
Welcome back again to my very, very wet.
I'm trying to make a different sound each time. A good sound would be me applying my anal soul cream.
Yeah, I don't need to see that.
You don't need to see it, but I could take the mic in the bathroom with me, or just you cover your eyes.
I could just cover. I'm going to hear it on the headphones. That's enough. Yes, once again, I've been scouring the internet for some wonderful weird shit. But actually, this time we're actually taking. We're going back to something I mentioned previously, or we mentioned previously in one of the episodes.
Previous episodes.
Previously on All Seeing Guys. It was what was it? It's about the guy who was caught fucking a tree, wasn't it?
Yes, but it didn't really go into detail about how he was fucking the tree. And we mentioned this last episode that an article came forward about the girl.
Yeah. So we've actually found this article which is about a girl who has she's supposedly fallen in love with a tree, and the quote here is "I'm in love with a tree. It's the best sex I've ever had."
Yeah.
She is having intercourse.
Yes.
She's having intercourse with a tree. She's it's fucked up. Her name's Emma McCabe. She's 31. She poured her heart
our
out.
age.
Yeah, I know, right? She's poured her heart out. She's pulled her ass out. Poured her heart out in an interview with Closer magazine, which is one of the wonderful sort of trashy gossip bullshit magazines.
Wait,
that we
made
got
up
over
story
here.
then.
Yeah. She named the tea Trim.
She made the tea.
This is what happens when you start drinking rum at 10 in the morning.
Again, as usual, the last 2 episodes and the ones before that, we are at the captain's table.
Yep, again.
We are smashing through this bottle of spiced gold Captain Morgan.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Not
the guy
the
tried to
official-
sell me white rum. Sold me.
White rum.
Yeah. I was just like,
Think
nah,
you are, eh?
don't want that.
No.
Yeah, she's apparently she's named the tree Tim.
What a name.
Yeah,
I bet
right?
your dad's called Tim.
This is just a few of the excerpts from it. My feelings are genuine. I've had boyfriends but never connected with anyone like Tim. I'm in love. I'd like to get married. I look at other trees but don't touch. I wouldn't cheat on Tim.
No, because Tim would be very upset.
He would be, yeah.
I'd love to go dig this tree up.
If Tim falls in the woods, does anyone hear him? if Tim
Tim
comes
fucks me in the room,
Tim comes in the woods. The woods being her overgrown vagina.
Is it in woods or is it like in an open park?
I don't
'Cause
know,
I'd love
really.
to know
Doesn't-
where she's having sex. I remember there being a picture, and it looked like she was just in an open park.
Yeah, I mean, it looks pretty kind of open.
Yeah.
But,
So what does she when she go then have sex?
and it doesn't really give the details of like where the tree is. I mean, I'm guessing she probably wouldn't want to give that information out because then everyone's going to come. She's like, you know,
she would be a celebrity.
she doesn't want to sort of
But
turn
she does
up
talk.
and-
She's the best orgasms of her life. This tree.
Yeah, she says here, he fulfills my emotions and sexual needs. I orgasm by rubbing against the bark naked. I love the feeling of skin on bark contact, which gives me more pleasure, more of a pleasure pain sensation. And the feel of the leaves against my skin makes me tingle. I have sex with him every week. It's the best I've ever had.
Sex every week.
Men everywhere
God,
should
he's
be...
a stud, isn't he, old Tim?
I know, yeah. It says men everywhere should be consulting
But when
Tim
she's
the
like-
tree for advice. He clearly knows what he's doing.
Oh,
Emma
fucking
sees
hell. What,
Tim's...
standing still?
Yeah, Emma sees Tim's 4 times a week.
Fuck, but only has sex with him once a week. So
Uh,
for the
well,
other 3 times they just hold hands and
Well, you know.
talk about what he's seen and how his week's been.
The
Good
ar-
day at work, was it, sweetheart?
The article here just says...
Ah, yes, I thought so.
The article here, this is their opinion at the end of it. This stinks of an acid trip gone too far. We're unsure of Tim's whereabouts, but after reading the closer article, let's hope it's not a public part of some sort.
Well, she's having sex with him naked.
Apparently, yeah.
What is she actually doing that? Must be at night or
I
early in
don't
the
know.
morning. Joggers are fun of that, weren't they?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm genuinely
Imagine going
intrigued.
past and seeing a naked woman rubbing her vag against a tree.
I want someone to chop Tim down.
Yeah, I want to chop Tim down.
She would lose.
Got
her
wood? Nope.
Fucking got wood.
No, you ain't.
No, you ain't.
Just cut its what would be the head, I guess.
And then, you know, condense him
She
down.
must love fucking-
condense Tim down to a paper format and then write a letter to
Yeah,
her
yeah,
saying, what you're reading
With the
is
sap
actually...
from the bark.
Yeah, what
from
you're
the-
reading is Tim.
She must love Groot from Guardians of the Galaxy then. Big walking tree. She must have like posters of him up on the wall.
This is great. Someone commented on the article, she's just branching out and experimenting.
Leaf it out.
leave it out. I think she's barking up the wrong tree.
Hey! I think the right tree, actually.
Well, yeah. Tim's the right tree for me.
All that dog piss on him.
And again, we're just sort of like going back to previous things that we discussed again in another episode.
This one we discussed, I think, at the end of the Dream episode. The people dressed as
but
clowns.
this turned up recently, and this is again in England.
Again, things we've discussed have now popped up in England.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this
getting
one you
weirder.
discussed and the tree one were both Florida, weren't they? Florida man had it again.
I think Florida man.
Yeah.
If not Florida, I think the clowns might have been like upstate New York, maybe.
But now we have happening closer to home.
Yes, this is an article that came out recently, and it's apparently clowns in vans chasing terrified children spark warning. Go straight home after school today and not to loiter. So it
And
would
this is all the
appear-
local shopkeepers getting pissed off at gangs of kids outside.
Yeah, they just like, we've had enough.
Yeah.
And the only disguises they could find was clown costumes.
Clowns.
And just like, yeah, well, I mean, we need the clown mask, but is it really necessary for us to wear the attire?
Yes.
Pupils have been warned to go straight home after school today and not loiter, as reports continue for school children being stalked by clowns. Kent police have issued cautions of a number of suspicious incidents in Tunbridge and Tunbridge Wells in Kent. Officers will also be going into schools in the area as part of their inquiries to a number of reports in the last couple of weeks, which involve people travelling in vans and approaching pupils. Pretty
Not that
scary.
far, yeah, it's scary,
Pretty
man.
fucking scary. I
Fuck
mean,
that.
if you didn't have a clown fucking fear before that, you do now.
Yeah. Fucking
Very
hell.
strange.
We should start doing it around here.
Yeah.
Imagine it's to start happening around here.
I did see that post, and I think I literally just commented on one of them. It's not me.
Oh, yeah, I did. Yeah, I think I shared it and you wrote that.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, the fun we have on the Facebook page.
Oh my dear, you should come and join us. It's great. It's a hoot.
It never ends.
Yeah, so it's pretty fucking weird. I mean,
I wonder if we have any more previous ones pop up in England again recently.
I don't know. I haven't
That
done
made no
enough
sense.
research.
Pop up again recently.
Pop up again
Pop up at
recently.
all.
Pop it up, pop it
Fucking,
up, pop it up.
fucking Captain Morgan. When I was in Malta, actually, there was a Captain Morgan's like tour guides. It wasn't the rum, but it was called Captain Morgan's.
Oh,
like,
really?
on a
Oh, okay.
ferry boat, yeah.
It's just like if you were hoping for this to be a Captain Morgan's based rum journey, I'm afraid this is not exactly what you're looking for. And then everyone just gets at the boat.
Well, thank you for that.
No
I
problem.
think it's time
Always a
now,
pleasure.
as usual, following how we always go into Show me your agony, please. I really want to call it Show Me Your Agony.
Show
But I
me
won't.
your-
I'll stick to the name.
Show me your agony
Excuse
on.
me, can I ask you a question? I don't want your advice. I don't want it. I don't need to listen to you talk to me. I don't want your advice. Just think you should marry the dog and be happy. I don't need to know what you have to say.
Disclaimer, do not take our advice. If you do, we will not be held accountable for inedible heartbreak. Thank you.
I stayed over my son and daughter's in-laws a few weeks ago to babysit. They got home about 2 a.m. They probably 4 hours asleep, but I heard the door. As I started to doze off, I'm sure I heard them having sex. It surprised me a bit, as they rarely show affection or kiss in front of the family. Well, not because they're not fucking in front of you, are they?
That'd be a hell of a
It
Christmas.
seems they're closer than I thought, so I'm pleased. I rarely hear them say I love you, but she kept saying I love you, baby. The thing is, should I tell them I heard? I'm concerned. Their son might hear them, and I know, and I don't think they want that. I don't want to embarrass them. What do you think? I think you should just get over the fact that you babysat, so they would go out, get drunk, and come home and have sex.
Yeah. What do you think? What do you think
What
you were
do
there
you
for?
think it means?
What do you think? What does any babysitter think happens? Like they've gone out.
If you're
to-
staying
to
over the
prep.
night, yeah,
They've gone out. They're drinking fine wine and eating oysters.
Yeah.
And then they're gonna come home and have coitus.
yes. And it's nice she says I love you, baby. Maybe,
It's quite sweet. Maybe
I love that you say-
maybe they're not into public displays of affection.
yes, because not banging in front of you.
Yeah.
But then again, you only
Sorry, he's not slipping his fingers in her
Yeah.
arse whilst at every given fucking
You
moment.
don't show enough affection. Oh, hey, give me a finger up a fucking arse at dinner time. That's better.
Yeah.
Your father used to take me many a time.
Here, use the butter.
He only heard the wife say I love you, baby. So maybe she just brought another guy back.
Maybe.
Maybe that's what happened.
Maybe.
Maybe he was waiting outside.
Maybe they're into that. Maybe he's like
Swinger.
swinging it.
Or meeting up as different anuses.
Maybe anuses.
Switching anuses.
meeting up different anuses.
I think you should get over it.
Yeah, man. She's fucking. She needs to be in.
Or you should have gone and knocked on the door.
Mind your
Excuse
own-
me, mother's here. Or it doesn't actually say it's a mum would.
Mind your own shit in business.
I popped a letter under the door.
Ah, classic.
Or recorded some audio on your phone.
Ah, yes.
Fucking
And then
hell.
played that at breakfast the
You
next day.
obviously were lying there. You should just fucking rub one out listening.
Ugh. That would have stopped everything.
I love you too.
Just standing
baby.
outside the door. Just so you know, I'm out here
In fact-
flicking my bean.
In fact, wake up the child, wake
Oh,
up the
God.
little boy, and sit him outside the door and
Yeah.
explain to him. It's perfect time to explain the
This
birds
is-
and the bees.
This is how you were made.
Yes, what is what's happening now? Why don't you pop in and say hello to your parents? I'll come with you. What's going on in here? Very
What a
loud.
family-
I've woken up your child to see what the noise is.
What a wonderful family affair.
So I'd say my advice to you would be rob one off over it, because that's obviously you can't stop thinking about
if
it.
you're concerned about them having sex,
You
then
seem-
make it as awkward as possible.
You seem pleased they're having sex because you don't think they're that close, but at the
Please,
same
please,
time,
but also at the same time concerned.
I'm concerned that they're having sex. So what
Make your mind
do
up.
you just want them to have sex silently,
Make your fucking mind
just
up.
like a hole in the blanket?
Oh dear.
Nice sex, yes, great.
Yeah, it's
Be
fantastic.
quiet, my mother's next door.
A1 intercourse.
I'm enjoying this thrust session.
Are you having a good time?
Ah.
Yes, 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 yes. I've come.
Going, I almost have. One moment. Pound you, break your ass like glass. Oh, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Graham Norton, I'm done.
Just a nice little insight into Greg's orgasm there.
Oh no. That's why I can't have sex in my parents' house anymore,
Oh.
because mum writes letters in like this. I heard him shouting Graham Norton's name again in bedroom with his wife.
Oh dear.
I have another one.
Excellent.
I've been with my partner. Let me get the right voice for this one.
Okay.
Let me get the right voice.
Choose
I can't tell.
choose your
All right,
surroundings.
it's a woman. It's a woman. I've been with my partner for 17 years.
What did we say about accents, Greg?
10 of them married. I thought we had a real good, strong marriage until recently I discovered he had set up profiles on various dating sites. Obviously, I confronted him about this. He assured me it was a moment of madness and he never messaged anyone on them. However, talking with him some more, he dropped the bombshell saying he was a virgin until I had sex and he feels he missed out on something. So I offered him a free sex pass to go off with one woman and see what it was like. He declined my offer, saying he only wants me, and was just curious what it'd be like to be with another. He assured me that from now on he would tell me everything. However, I can't quite believe he could keep this from me for all these years. I worry about what happens if he decides he does want to have sex with another woman. Please help!
That was actually a really good distressed wife voice.
So she gave him a free pass to go fuck someone, and he didn't. I suppose there's no fun if you've been told you can do it. So he said he's not going to do it, and he's fine, and that's it. But she's still worried about the news that she's the only person he's ever been with.
Yeah. Wow. I don't know. Get over it.
Yeah.
This again is why I'm not an agony uncle. Get over it would be my advice. Get over it. Move on. Find someone else.
I would say just bring another person home, or put a strap on and fuck him.
Ah, touche.
Yes, but I would say bring someone home.
A leading problem solver.
Bring
the
your sister or your mum in.
Yeah, that'd be weird. Why does it always come back to incest with us?
It does, because it's the fun part. We give the listeners what they want, and they want incest. They demand it.
This is what our viewers want.
There wasn't enough incest in that episode, guys. It's like, all the time. Everywhere I go.
The day a stranger approaches us in the street and says, like, I really like your podcast. I really like the incest bit. I'm just like, oh my god.
This is my mum.
This is my mum.
Great.
I've got 7 dead cats in a drawer at home.
I would put a dildo on and fuck your husband.
It's a good one. I like that. That's actually pretty solid advice.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Solid, firm,
solid dildo advice.
girthy advice.
Yeah, get in there. Ooh, and
really
just
fucking
up as
ruin
a man,
him.
fuck
Really
him.
like blow his ass out.
Yeah.
Really make him prolapse on that.
Or like I say, bring someone home. Bring like the ugliest person you can find that he won't like, and just be like, "Fuck her! I want you to get over it, but I want to make sure that I'm okay with it. So do it now.
Yeah, I think. Well, I mean, again, it's not really a problem. I think she's just paranoid.
Yeah. You should be
her.
happy.
Fuck your
can't
problems.
compare
That's not
you
a problem.
to
Come back
anyone.
with a better problem.
He can't compare you to anyone.
No, that's it.
Apart from his hand.
Ah, Lady Palm.
Ah,
and her 5 lovely
Wendy
daughters.
Palm and her 5 sisters.
That was like the first series of League of Gentlemen already had some really good like euphemisms for masturbation. And one of them was just that you've been spraying white hot coconuts from the veiny love tree. That one got me every time.
Shaking hands with a token of love. That was one
Nice.
for you, gentlemen. When he's babysitting the 2 girls.
Oh god, yeah.
We'll tell Mum and Dad we saw you shaking hands with a token of love. What, milk tray? Saw me shaking milk tray, did you?
Saw me shaking my milk
Fuck
tray.
off, or shake your token of love.
Ugh.
Your throat. Play a choke.
I did find an excerpt here. It's probably again just like another joke, but it looks like it's some sort of agony aunt hotline, and it's just it's almost like a conversation. It starts with, "Hello, this is Aunt Sally, your favourite agony aunt. How can I help you?" "Hi, yeah, I've been seeing this bird, and I think she wants commitment. I mean, don't get me wrong, she's a good shag and all that, but I don't love her. Can you help me let her down gently, because I don't want to upset her?" "Well, first of all, I'd do something nice, like take her for a meal." "Oh, actually, yeah, I'm taking her for a meal tomorrow night." "Perfect. Well, when you've eaten and she's feeling good, tell her how you feel. Be honest and hopefully she'll be okay." "What? On our 10th wedding anniversary? You heartless bitch." Well, that was good. I enjoyed that. Yeah.
Ah, something else Joe enjoyed there.
Yeah, I was, things I like.
Well, we're coming up to the end, and once again, episode. I'm not sure. It's been quite a long one as well, I think.
That's what she said. Oh, God, I need to stop doing that.
No, just keep it going. It's all good.
It's like the
We're going to
third time I've said it.
flashing back to that gig we played 10th October. Another band
Yep.
on the bill was Anonymous Tip. They've been
They
around for
are,
fucking years.
Yeah, they're like local legends, aren't they?
They've been around for fucking years, and they played an awesome fucking set at the gig. You weren't there yet, were you? You still at work?
No, I still had to work. They were on
I
quite
watched
early.
them. They were fucking awesome.
We were high up the bill.
So I thought I would end with a track from them.
Cool.
So the latest one I could find on their SoundCloud, it's still from a year ago, called Infernal Freedom. Good listen.
Nice.
Check them out. Enjoy. Thanks for listening again.
Yes.
Anything I want to add? Ask myself a question. I'm going to answer it. This will bring us up to.
I thought you were going to ask yourself a question.
Actually, we might not miss some out. Actually, this might take us up. So
What are we going to be?
When we hit December, as I mentioned earlier, it's going to be tough for us to record. Hopefully, we might have an area to record in.
There's possibly going to be some developments in the future. That means that we have a space where we can record on a frequent basis.
So we can record it every 2 weeks instead of doing load at a go. Yeah.
So hopefully in the future our podcast will be more current and up to date, and you won't have to hear us talk about shit that happened 2 months previously.
Yes.
Like it happened.
And then
yesterday.
we get confused all the time ourselves doing it.
So yes, we'll keep you informed about that at a later date.
But in the meantime, if we do struggle a bit December, we are hopefully going to do a Christmas special.
Yeah, the last one we do for the year is probably going to be a Christmas special.
Yeah, and I hope it is because I've prepped it and it's going to be good fun.
And I'm currently preparing myself for the Christmas season.
Yes,
by drinking a lot of rum and getting myself mentally prepared for the hell.
So I'm not too sure what the future holds, but definitely will be. Hopefully, definitely will be a Christmas special.
Definitely, maybe sometimes with a possibility.
Yes, but it's looking good that we'll be recording on a regular basis. So we're doing every 2 weeks, not every 3 months.
Yes,
recording
keep your fingers crossed
at once. So thanks for listening. This is Anonymous Tip with Infernal Freedom. We'll see you next time. I've been Greg.
I've been Joe.
Who have you been? You've been
I've
Joe.
been Joe. I've definitely been Joe.
I've definitely been. I've been Craig. No, Craig's a ladybird. I've been Greg.
He returned recently, but that's more about that another time.
Yes.
I've got his body upstairs.
Great.
Yeah, he died. He couldn't deal with me.
Was it? I thought you actually found the body of him.
No. He was still moving. He was on my leg. And I think the distressing act of me moving him from my leg to the windowsill killed him. So I have once again killed Craig.
Goodbye. Cheers for listening. Goodbye.